And there is a rule across the country that the money which is specifically allotted for the welfare of the SC/ST community cannot be diverted. आप बाकी फंड डाइवर्ट कर सकते हैं, मगर जो SC/ST कम्युनिटी के वेलफेयर के लिए जो पैसा है, उस पैसे को कदाचित आप किसी और काम के लिए डाइवर्ट नहीं कर सकते. It is too much of a coincidence, I will say, that Rahul Gandhi goes to America and he declares that हम कभी सत्ता में आएंगे तो हम आरक्षण समाप्त कर सकते हैं, और simultaneously we see that in Karnataka the money which is meant for the welfare of the SC/ST community is diverted and is used for purposes to satisfy the political needs of Congress party's leaders. मुझे तो बोलते हुए भी आश्चर्य लग रहा है, और आप सब हैरान परेशान होंगे कि जिस प्रकार की ये नोट सामने आई है, महर्षि वाल्मीकि अनुसूचित जनजाति विकास निगम लिमिटेड कि जो पैसों का इस्तेमाल कांग्रेस नेताओं ने न केवल चुनाव में किया, मगर एक लैम्बोर्गिनी गाड़ी भी खरीदी गई है. वन लैम्बोर्गिनी बोलने से केवल अखिलेश यादव याद आते हैं, ऐसा नहीं है. लैम्बोर्गिनी, इन सबके आपस में कनेक्शन है. ये इंडिया अलायंस वाले, आई डोंट नो व्हाट दे हैव विद लैम्बोर्गिनी, वन ऑफ द हाईएस्ट ब्रांड्स. जस्ट इमेजिन, SC/ST वेलफेयर फंड से लैम्बोर्गिनी गाड़ी खरीदना. लैम्बोर्गिनी गाड़ी खरीदी गई, फ्लैट बुक किए गए, फ्लैट्स हैव बीन बुक्ड, हवाई टिकट बुक किए गए निजी. ये कोई SC/ST वेलफेयर के लिए हवाई टिकट बुक नहीं किया गया है, निजी लोगों के लिए हवाई टिकट बुक किए गए. निजी कर्मचारियों को, मैंने किसी को PS रखा, किसी को PA रखा, निजी कर्मचारियों को सैलरी दी गई है, और बिजली के बिल का भुगतान किया गया है, वह भी महर्षि वाल्मीकि निगम फंड जो है उसमें से किया गया है. गाड़ियों पर खर्च किया गया. कोई नेता घूमने आया, राहुल गांधी घूमने आए, राहुल गांधी और उनके परिवार के घूमने के लिए उसमें से पैसा खर्च किया गया. आप सोचिए, अगर इस प्रकार से पैसा निगम के फंड से, SC/ST के वेलफेयर के फंड से खर्च किया गया है, तो इस प्रकार कि CM को अपनी कुर्सी पर बने रहने का क्या अधिकार है, यह आज हिंदुस्तान की जनता जानना चाहती है. और आप सभी ने देखा था कि जब पहले भारतीय जनता पार्टी, और केवल भारतीय जनता पार्टी ही नहीं, कर्नाटक की जनता और हिंदुस्तान की जनता, व्हेन वी आस्क्ड डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चंस आउट ऑफ द कांग्रेस पार्टी, इनिशियली मिस्टर सिद्धरामैया एंड मिस्टर DK शिवकुमार, दे डिनाइड कि नो, वी आर पाक साफ, हम पाक साफ है, हमने इस प्रकार का कोई अन्याय नहीं किया. मगर बाद में, लेटर, इनफैक्ट दे कंसीडर्ड ऑन द फ्लोर ऑफ द हाउस, विधानसभा में उन्होंने यह बात स्वीकार किया कि हां, फंड डाइवर्ट हुआ है. तो आप सोच के देखिए, मुदा के चेयरमैन का आज इस्तीफा, ED की चार्जशीट जिसमें एक लोकसभा में बेल्लारी में 7 लाख लोगों पर पैसा खर्च करना, सिद्धरामैया जी का यह पेशकश कि मैं जो जमीन लिया हूं, मेरी पत्नी के नाम पे जो मुआवजे पे जमीन आवंटित हुई है, वह जमीन मैं वापस करने के लिए तैयार हूं. और तो और, सदन के पटल पर खड़े होकर यह कहना कि हां, द मनी वॉज डाइवर्टेड, डज नॉट दिस रीक ऑफ एन एक्सेप्टेंस ऑफ द गिल्ट? अगर यह एक्सेप्टेंस ऑफ गिल्ट नहीं है, तो और एक्सेप्टेंस ऑफ गिल्ट कैसे होता है? आपने मर्डर किया है, नहीं, आप ले लीजिए, चाकू ले लीजिए जी, आप चाकू ले लीजिए, इस पे खून लगे हुए हैं, आप देख लीजिए. सो ही हैज सबमिटेड द मर्डर वेपन, ही हैज सबमिटेड the weapon of corruption, where the land parcel is to be surrendered. The chairman is resigning. What else do we need as an evidence for Mr. Siddaramaiah to step down? I call upon Mr. Siddaramaiah. Mr. Siddaramaiah, if you have the slightest morality left in you, you should immediately step down. You should not wait for today's sunset. आज सूर्य अस्त के लिए आपको इंतजार नहीं करना चाहिए, सूर्यास्त से पहले करप्शन का अस्त होना चाहिए. The curtain should be drawn on the present regime of Karnataka even before today's sunset. बंधुगण, ये जो पूरा मुदा स्कैम और जो महर्षि वाल्मीकि स्कैम चल रहा है, उसमें B नागेंद्र जो उनके खुद के विधायक है, कांग्रेस पार्टी के मंत्री उस विभाग के रह चुके हैं। महर्षि वाल्मीकि फंड डाइवर्ट जो हुआ है, उस विभाग के जो मंत्री रह चुके हैं, आज वो जुडिशियल कस्टडी में है, ही इज बिहाइंड बार्स, वो जेल के सलाखों पीछे है। 16 केजी सोना, कोई ग्राम में नहीं बोल रहा हूं, केजी किलोग्राम, 16 केजी सोना और 2.5 करोड़ रुपए बरामद हो चुके हैं। 16 केजी सोना, सोचना थोड़ा सा भयावह लगता है। 16 केजी सोना बरामद हुआ है और 2.5 करोड़ रुपए बरामद हुआ है, और उसके बाद भी हमें प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस करनी पड़ रही है कि मुख्यमंत्री जी आप सिंहासन छोड़िए। अरे 16 केजी में तो पूरा का पूरा मुख्यमंत्री जी का सिंहासन वो सोने का बन जाएगा, फिर भी आप सिंहासन नहीं छोड़ रहे। इस प्रकार की निर्लज्जता केवल कांग्रेस में ही हो सकती है। जहां तक मुदा स्कैम का सवाल है, आई डोंट वांट टू बी रिपीटेटिव, बट एक नटशेल में आप सभी को पता है कि मुदा के जो चेयरमैन थे, जिनका नाम मारी गौड़ा जी था, उन्होंने आज रिजाइन किया है। और इसके पीछे सिद्धरमैया जी जब डेप्यूटी सीएम थे, उस समय एक जमीन उनकी धर्मपत्नी श्रीमती पार्वती जी के भाई उनको आवंटित हुई थी मैसूरू के पास एक गांव में। उसके पश्चात जब कर्नाटक इंडस्ट्रियल अथॉरिटी डेवलपमेंट बोर्ड, उन्होंने यह तय किया कि हम वहां कोई डेवलपमेंट का प्रोजेक्ट लेके आएंगे और उस लैंड को एक्वायर करेंगे, उसका अधिग्रहण करेंगे, लैंड एक्विजिशन जिसे बोला जाता है। व्हेन वी विल एक्वायर दिस लैंड, तो एक नियम लाया गया कि उस लैंड के एक्विजिशन के बदले हम शहर में आपको जमीन देंगे, उसके इक्विवेलेंट जमीन देंगे। मगर जो जमीन शहर में दी गई वो कई गुने अधिक थी कंपेयर टू द कॉस्ट ऑफ द लैंड इन द विलेज। तो ये सब खैर ये तो समझाने वाले, सिखाने वाले इनके तो गुरुजी है ही। नेशनल हेराल्ड स्कैम करके 5,000 करोड़ रुपए गबन करने वाले, ये सोनिया जी ने ही ट्यूशन दिया होगा, सोनिया जी ने ही ट्यूशन दिया होगा, और उसका रिवीजन वाड्रा जी ने ही कराया होगा, और राहुल गांधी जी ने एग्जीक्यूट कराया होगा। नहीं तो नहीं हो सकता है। ये सारी बुद्धि, खलू बुद्धि गांधी परिवार में ही मौजूद है। देश की जमीन को कैसे हड़पना है, कौन से हस्ताक्षर कहां करना है, किस प्रकार से लखनऊ में, भोपाल में, दिल्ली में प्राइम प्रॉपर्टी को हड़प के अपने जेब में डालना। 5,000 करोड़, सोचिए जरा, 5,000 करोड़ ये प्रॉपर्टी। अक्यूज नंबर 1, अक्यूज नंबर 2 है दोनों मां बेटे, ये मैं नहीं बोल रहा हूं। ये सुप्रीम कोर्ट में जो हलफनामा दायर है, जिसमें एक्यूज नंबर 1, क्योंकि बार बार नहीं बोला जाता है सोनिया जी और राहुल जी, तो एक्यूज नंबर 1 हाजिर हो ऐसे बोला जाता है। एक्यूज नंबर 2, तो एक्यूज नंबर 1 सोनिया जी हैं और एक्यूज नंबर 2 राहुल जी हैं। 5,000 करोड़ गबन किया हुआ, दोनों बेल पे हैं, दोनों बेल पे हैं इनके गुरुजी, और अभी तक सिद्धरमैया जेल से बाहर है, मगर जरूर जेल जाएंगे। बंधुगण, इस पूरे विषय को लेकर हाई कोर्ट भी गए थे सिद्धरमैया जी। हाई कोर्ट में करारा तमाचा मिला उनको, और उसके पश्चात फिर भी देखिए कि सिद्धरमैया जी ने अभी तक इस्तीफा तो दूर, उसकी पेशकश तो दूर, यहां राजनीति करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। और कल तो आपने जेपीसी की बात सुनी ही होगी, हंगामा कटा पड़ा था वहां जेपीसी में। और हंगामे का पीछे क्या का मतलब, मैंने पूछा, मैं भी वहां पे, हमारी भी एक मीटिंग चल रही थी वहां पर, केमिकल फर्टिलाइजर वाले स्टैंडिंग कमेटी की भी मीटिंग चल रही थी, और यहां बहुत तेज आवाज हो रही थी। तो हमने पूछा क्या हो रहा है, तो कोई जाके पूछ के आया, फिर जो कहानी बताई, मैं तो चाहता हूं वो कहानी आपको बताई जाए। मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे जी की भी कल पकड़ी गई चोरी। वो वक्फ बोर्ड पूरे हिंदुस्तान में जमीन हड़पता है, और मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे ने उनकी जमीन हड़प ली है। आप सोचिए जरा, वो पूरे हिंदुस्तान में कोई जमीन हड़प रहा है, और यहां मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे जी ने उन्हीं की जमीन हड़प ली है। और उसकी पेशकश करने के लिए और उसका सबूत रखने के लिए जो उसके अधीक्षक हैं, जो उसके पूरे काम को देखते हैं, उनको कल बुलाया गया था। आप देखिए, मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे जी का एक ट्रस्ट है, पारिवारिक ट्रस्ट है। इन सब लोगों के एक ट्रस्ट होते हैं, ये बिना दीज आर ट्रस्टलेस पीपल बट दे हैव अ ट्रस्ट ऑफ द फैमिली। अपने परिवार का एक ट्रस्ट होता है उनका, क्योंकि इन पे ट्रस्ट कभी नहीं करना है, ये जरूर हड़पेंगे मगर उनका एक ट्रस्ट होता है। तो मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे जी के ट्रस्ट का नाम है सिद्धार्थ विहार ट्रस्ट। वहां एक राजीव गांधी ट्रस्ट है, वो भी हड़पता है, तो इनका भी एक ट्रस्ट है सिद्धार्थ विहार ट्रस्ट। तो ये सिद्धार्थ विहार ट्रस्ट जो है, इसने बेंगलुरु के पास एक हाईटेक डिफेंस एरोस्पेस पार्क है, उस पार्क के पास उन्होंने 5 एकड़ जमीन लिया है, 5 एकड़ जमीन, और उसकी जो कुल आय है जो तुमको देना पड़ा, केवल और केवल 2.5 करोड़ में यह जमीन उनको दे दी गई। केवल 2.5 करोड़ में मल्लिकार्जुन जी के ट्रस्ट को यह जमीन दे दी गई, परिवार के ट्रस्ट को यह जमीन दे दी गई। और 71 कंपनीज वर इन लाइन उस जमीन के लिए कि हम वहां पे कोई डेवलपमेंट का काम करेंगे, कोई इंडस्ट्री लगाएंगे, इत्यादि इत्यादि। मगर इनके ट्रस्ट को वो जमीन दे दी गई और उन्होंने वो जमीन हड़प ली। और उसके बाद कल हमने देखा है कि किस प्रकार जेपीसी के समय अनवर मल्लीपड्डी, जो कि वक्फ बिल का जो संयुक्त जेपीसी मीटिंग हुई थी उसमें उनको प्रस्तुत किया गया था। ये अनवर मल्लीपड्डी जो है कर्नाटक राज्य अल्पसंख्यक आयोग और कर्नाटक अल्पसंख्यक विकास निगम के पूर्व अध्यक्ष रह चुके हैं अनवर मणिपड्डी। उन्होंने कांग्रेस के अध्यक्ष मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे पर गंभीर आरोप लगाया कल जेपीसी पर और कहा कि वक्फ की जमीन हड़प ली है मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे ने। तो केवल वो ट्रस्ट ने एरोस्पेस की जमीन नहीं हड़पी, वो भी हड़पी और यहां पर वक्फ की जमीन भी हड़प ली है। तो आप जरा सोच के देखिए, ये कांग्रेस पार्टी में खाली हड़पा हड़पी चल रही है। एंड कांग्रेस इज नथिंग बट अ लैंड ग्रैबर्स पार्टी। किसने किसने नहीं किया वो एक लिस्ट दिया गया है मुझे। सिद्धरमैया जी ने तो मुदा में पूरा लैंड हड़प लिया। 2015 में वर्तमान के उप मुख्यमंत्री डीके शिव कुमार ने, उन पर भी लैंड ग्रैबिंग का आरोप था। कांग्रेस के राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे तो वक्फ बोर्ड का ही जमीन हड़प गए और फिर वो ट्रस्ट से भी जमीन हड़पा। अशोक गहलोत, भूपेश बघेल, कमलनाथ, ये सब, इन सब पे भी हमने बारी बारी से प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस की थी ना, ये लैंड ग्रैब कर लिया था। हाँ, और दामाद जी तो इनके हेड हैं, दामाद जी तो इनके हेड हैं। वो डीएलएफ से कहानी शुरू हुई थी वाड्रा जी की, तो ट्यूशन क्लास तो उन्हीं का चलता है खैर। और राहुल जी और सोनिया जी तो नेशनल हेराल्ड में इन्होंने कीर्तिमान स्थापित किया है। तो ये जो लैंड ग्रैबर्स की पार्टी है कांग्रेस पार्टी, और जिस प्रकार से सिद्धरमैया जी, ईडी ने कल एक रिपोर्ट सबमिट किया है, चार्जशीट सबमिट किया है, रिपोर्ट तो नहीं चार्जशीट सबमिट किया है। मुदा के चेयरमैन ने अभी थोड़ी देर पहले रेजिग्नेशन दिया है और आप जमीन वापस करना चाहते हैं। ये चलेगा नहीं, ये चलने वाला नहीं है कि आप जमीन वापस कर दोगे तो आप जेल से बच जाओगे। आप इस्तीफा दीजिए। और मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे जी तो इस विषय को देख नहीं सकते हैं क्योंकि वो खुद ही लैंड ग्रैब कर रहे हैं। और मैं किससे भी अपील करूं, मैं तो हिंदुस्तान की जनता से ही अपील करता हूं कि आप सभी लोग इन पर दबाव बनाइए ताकि सिद्धरमैया जी इस्तीफा दें। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
All right, Sambit Patra of the BJP there launching a scathing attack on the Congress government in Karnataka, demanding the resignation of Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, accusing the Chief Minister of being directly involved in what the BJP has termed the MUda land scam. He says it's only a matter of time before Siddaramaiah goes to jail and that he must now accept that his position as the Chief Minister of Karnataka is no longer tenable. He must step down. In fact, he also launched quite a tirade there against the Congress party and its top leadership, the Gandhis, calling them a party and a family of land grabbers. Siddaramaiah, of course, maintains his innocence, and since the controversy first erupted, his wife Parvati has returned the 14 sites of land that had been allotted to her by the MUda in exchange for the land that they had acquired from her. But the BJP is certainly not letting Siddaramaiah have it easy. They're keeping up the pressure and continue to demand the resignation of the Karnataka Chief Minister, saying that his position has become absolutely untenable, that there is no way that he can continue to stay in office. The BJP is accusing the Congress of using SC/ST funds to buy votes. Also says that a lot of gold and cash has been recovered from the MUda chairman, who has resigned today. Mari Gowda, the chairman of the Mysuru Urban Development Authority, who has resigned today. That's the allegation that's being levelled now by the BJP, saying it is directly linked, the scam is directly linked to Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, who must resign. Now the news. Nayab Singh Saini is set to be sworn in as the Chief Minister of Haryana for a second term on the 17th of this month. BJP MLAs elected Saini as the leader of the legislative party at a meeting held in Panchkula. Union Home Minister Amit Shah and Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Mohan Yadav also attended the meeting as central observers. Senior BJP leaders are set to meet the governor to stake claim to form the new government in Haryana. Well, that's all the time we have on the show. Thanks for watching.
जानना है तो देखिए, समझना है तो सुनिए, सीखना है तो पूछिए और कमाना है तो खरीदिए। जानकारी, सलाह और निवेश सब एक ही सुपर ऐप पर। पैसे का सवाल है तो जवाब है Money9। आजादी पैसे की, अभी डाउनलोड करें।
Ukraine has been seeking permission to use long-range weapons against Russia for a long time now, and seems like that relentlessness may be paying off. Western allies are now considering shifting their stand and allowing Ukraine to target spots deep inside Russian territory. But can Ukraine's use of long-range weapons trigger World War III? News9 Plus decodes. While the possibility of a world war seems a little far-fetched, this could definitely escalate the war very quickly. It will also have profound risks for the US and its NATO allies. In response to Ukraine's use of long-range weapons, President Vladimir Putin has warned that Russia would be at war with the US and its NATO allies if they lift these restrictions. And this isn't the first time a threat like this has loomed since the Russia-Ukraine conflict began in 2022. In April this year, Ukraine's Prime Minister Denis Shmyhal said that there would be a third world war if Ukraine loses this conflict with Russia. Last year, President Volodymyr Zelensky said that if Russia won this conflict, it could next invade Poland, triggering a third world war. How will these long-range weapons help Ukraine? While they may not win the war for Ukraine, use of these weapons will deter Russia from carrying out strikes of its own. This, the experts are saying, may lead to a balance of deterrence. Basically, this could bring the war to an end. While Russia has moved its bombers, missiles, and other infrastructure out of the range of these weapons, some 200 of its bases are still vulnerable. Why does Ukraine want to use these weapons now? In one word, defense. Ukraine's cities and front lines are under daily bombardment from Russia, and this bombardment is launched from sites far within Russia. Right now, Ukraine's situation is akin to fighting this war with one arm tied behind. Zelensky needs to push back Russian airstrikes for Ukraine's survival, if not anything else. Now, what are these weapons? The Storm Shadow missile has a maximum range of around 250 kilometers. The French call it Scalp. It's launched from an aircraft and is ideal for penetrating hardened bunkers and ammunition stores. It flies low to avoid detection. The ATCMS is a precision-guided surface-to-surface ballistic missile used to strike targets deep within enemy territory. It has a maximum range of 300 kilometers. While Putin's red lines have been crossed several times with no real consequences, this may be a line worth considering stepping over.
For the very first time in our investigation, we unmasked the killer of Ravindra Matre.
In 5G, we have to stand with the world, and in 6G, we have to lead the world.
Winning a Grammy was an absolutely surreal experience.
From Payal Nath, the CEO and director of Kadam Heart. You're working with people, you're working with emotions, you're working with hands, you're working with nature.
We are very clear, we want to commit to livelihoods, we want to commit to the planet, we want to impact 1 million artisans, which is 1 million families minimum.
Be the change that you want to see.
This and more. Streaming on News9 Plus. News is now content. Subscribe and get free vouchers.
Hello and a very warm welcome. Thanks for tuning in to News9 Live. I'm Kabir Naqvi. You're watching top stories from our studios here in the National Capital Region. Without further ado, the top headlines we're tracking for you right at the top of this news wheel. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar talks tough on terror during his Pakistan visit for the 23rd SCO Summit. Says trust is lacking in Pakistan relations because of continuing cross-border terror. The Bangladesh government cancels commemorating Sheikh Mujibur Rahman's birth anniversary on the 17th of March. Commemoration of Sheikh Mujib's death anniversary has also been cancelled. Bangabandhu celebrations and commemorations cancelled. Almost 8 events, ladies and gentlemen. Shifting our focus to major developments coming out of Karnataka, where the MUda Commissioner Mari Gowda has stepped down as Chief Minister Siddaramaiah continues to face heat in the MUda scam case. Mari Gowda cites health issues in his resignation letter. Meanwhile, Nayab Singh Saini unanimously chosen as the Haryana Chief Minister, expected to take oath on the 17th of October. Heavy rains in Chennai lead to flooding in residential areas of the city. 300 localities report flash floods due to rains. Red alert has been issued and is still in place for Chennai and nearby areas. And not just Tamil Nadu, traffic disruption and low-lying areas have been inundated in several areas of Bengaluru as the government declares school holidays and advises tech companies to allow work from home. The United States calls on India to take Canada's allegations in the Niger case seriously amid escalating tensions between the two nations. Omar Abdullah takes oath as the Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir. The India Alliance leaders, including Rahul Gandhi and Akhilesh Yadav, attended the ceremony. Stubble burning on the rise in Punjab and Haryana, with over 2,000 fire counts detected since the 15th of September. Worsening air quality in Delhi as the Graded Reduction Action Plan Stage 1 has been enforced. First up, Nayab Singh Saini, ladies and gentlemen, has been elected as the next Chief Minister of Haryana. He was elected unanimously. Nayab Saini's name came for CM's post and was put forward by former Haryana Chief Minister Manohar Lal Khattar and former Haryana Minister Anil Vij. The proposal to make Saini the Chief Minister was passed unanimously at the Legislature Party meeting held in Panchkula in the presence of Union Minister Amit Shah. Nayab Singh Saini will be taking oath as the Chief Minister for the second time on the 17th of October, that's tomorrow. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Home Minister Amit Shah and Defence Minister Rajnath Singh are expected to attend the oath-taking ceremony of Nayab Singh Saini, the Haryana Chief Minister. Nayab Singh Saini took over as the Chief Minister from Manohar Lal Khattar in March this year, let's not forget, and was able to lead the BJP to a victory in the recently concluded Haryana Assembly elections, a red-faced moment for the Congress party. The BJP managed to score a historic hat-trick in Haryana, getting 48 seats in the 90-member assembly as opposed to Congress's 37 seats this time around.
मैं बहुत हर्ष के साथ फिर से एक बार नायब सिंह जी को आप सबने नेता चुना है। पहले ही मोदी जी को देश की जनता नेता चुन चुकी है और आज हरियाणा में भी फिर से एक बार सरकार का गठन का रास्ता साफ हो गया है। तो तीसरी टर्म के लिए लगातार 15 साल के लिए यहाँ डबल इंजन की सरकार आएगी जो हरियाणा का विकास करेगी। हरियाणा ने इस 10 साल में मनोहर लाल जी के नेतृत्व में कई सारे विकास के काम, मैं पूरी गाथा तो नहीं बता सकता मगर मैं कुछ चीजें जरूर बता। एक भ्रांति फैलाई गई कि किसानों को अन्याय होता है। मैं आज विपक्ष को इस मन से कहना चाहता हूं, पूरे देश भर में 24 की 24 फसल खरीदने वाला कोई अगर एक राज्य है तो मेरी भारतीय जनता पार्टी के हरियाणा। जो एमएसपी की बात करते हैं उनको मैं बताना चाहता हूं, एमएसपी पर सबसे ज्यादा अगर खरीदी किसी ने करी है तो नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने करी है कांग्रेस के साथ। और हुड्डा साहब को भी मैं बताने था, आप थे जब ना भावांतर था ना एमएसपी पर खरीदी थी। ये हमारी सरकार ने, भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार
जनता ने आज तीसरी बार कंटिन्यूटी के अंदर ये भारतीय जनता पार्टी के ऊपर किया है। ये विश्वास, ये नरेंद्र मोदी जी की नीतियों का विश्वास है, ये नरेंद्र मोदी जी की ही गारंटी है जिसके ऊपर आज हरियाणा ने विश्वास किया है। और ये प्रण हरियाणा के लोगों ने लिया है कि हम मोदी जी के उस संकल्प को 2047 तक जो विकसित राष्ट्र बनाने का संकल्प आदरणीय मोदी जी ने लिया है उसको आगे बढ़ाने का हम कार्य करेंगे। आप सबको मैं बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूं। पुनः आदरणीय अमित शाह जी का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद और मोहनीय।
All right then, shifting our focus here. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar, he is in Islamabad representing India at the 23rd meeting of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Council of Heads of Government, the SCO Summit. Now, Jaishankar spoke on the SCO Charter, which reflects on the regional cooperation ambit. India's foreign minister said that the meeting is happening amidst two wars raging across the world and, of course, with its own sets of challenges. India has emphasized that the focus of the summit will be on the trade and economic agenda of the organization. But again, interesting and important to note that the External Affairs Minister did hit hard on the terror angle. SCO's primary goal of combating terrorism, separatism and extremism is even more crucial in current times. It requires honest conversation, trust, good neighborliness and reaffirming commitment to the SCO Charter. SCO needs to be firm and uncompromising in countering these three evils. Now, Jaishankar is leading the Indian delegation at the summit, reaffirming India's active participation within the SCO framework. And ahead of his visit, Jaishankar clarified that his trip to Islamabad is purely for the SCO event and not intended for any bilateral talks with Pakistan. Meanwhile, just last evening, Jaishankar shook hands with Pakistan Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif. The brief exchange and handshake between Jaishankar and Sharif took place at a banquet dinner hosted by Pakistani Prime Minister at his residence in honor of the delegates. Now, of course, the External Affairs Minister is expected to depart for New Delhi at 3:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. All right then, shifting our focus here, amidst an ongoing probe against Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, all in connection with the Mysuru Urban Development Authority site allotment case, the MUda scam. MUda chairman Mari Gowda has now resigned, citing health reasons. Mari Gowda said that the Chief Minister had instructed him to resign, and since his health was failing, he did step down. Mari Gowda also said that he was not under any duress or pressure to resign by the Chief Minister. Meanwhile, on the other hand, the BJP has once again targeted Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah over the MUda scam and questioned the timing of the resignation of Mari Gowda. BJP spokesperson and Minister Sambit Patra demanded the resignation of Siddaramaiah and alleged that his government had used proceeds of crime to buy votes. He said that the ED charge sheet had made it quite clear that Congress has distributed 200 to 400 rupees in Bellary to influence 7 lakh voters. Sambit Patra also accused the Siddaramaiah government of misusing funds from the Maharshi Valmiki Scheduled Caste Development Corporation Limited to buy Lamborghini cars, flats and air tickets as well. Sambit Patra also added, and I quote, "If Chief Minister Siddaramaiah has any shame left, he should resign before the sun sets this very evening." Listen in. MUda scam, certainly the news tightening around Chief Minister Siddaramaiah. He earlier met Mari Gowda, the head of the MUda authority. And of course, right after that meeting, Mari Gowda, the chief of MUda, he stepped down, he quit his post, citing health concerns. He said, "I've already had 2 strokes. And the Chief Minister's meeting has no kind of duress on my own move." The BJP, on the other hand, saying, well, you can clearly see that it's quite clear something's wrong. 200 to 400 rupees distributed in Bellary. Lamborghini cars and flats have also been acquired. All right then, slipping into a quick commercial break here. Top developments on the other side. For all you employees over there, big salary hikes may be on the horizon for India Inc. Stick around.
Hey, why are so many lights on? Is it Navroz?
Settling accounts, uncle?
No, writing a love letter. Check your accounts every day and ensure there is no mismatch. Exchange sends trade-related messages daily. Do timely verification. And if there is a mismatch, inform the exchange immediately.
सोच कर, समझ कर, invest कर.
Why is the state not looking at putting an embargo on that?
As a Telangana person, I will not accept.
How do ordinary folks deal with this?
In the heart of New York, an Indian spectacle unfolds. Step into the world of the elite saga. Featuring featuring influential Indians who've rocked the globe. From culinary geniuses,
this has been nothing less than a dream,
to the wisdom of sages.
And which is why success can never be spelt without you.
Discover the stories behind the stars. Experience the magic behind the scenes. At the first Indian event at the Statue of Liberty. Watch the Elite Saga streaming only on News9 Plus. Download now.
This is News9 Live, India's only digital exclusive live stream. For the early adopters, bringing you the news 24/7. For the smart audiences on the smartest TVs. News9 Live. Stream now on your smart TVs.
Welcome back. The Indian two-wheeler industry has seen a significant resurgence, recording strong growth in the first 6 months of the financial year 2025. Between April and September 2024, a remarkable 1,164,980 units of motorcycles, scooters and mopeds were dispatched to dealers across the country. This represents a robust 16.31% year-on-year growth compared to the 87,39,406 units only sold during the same period last year. The last time the industry achieved such impressive figures was in the first half of financial year 2019, when it crossed 11.56 million units in sales. Now, after 6 years, the two-wheeler segment has once again breached the 10 million unit mark, raising hopes of a record-breaking year once again. With the first half of financial year 2025 already accounting for 56% of financial year 2024's total sales of 17.97 million units, the industry could potentially set a new sales benchmark by the end of financial year 2025. Segment-wise growth, the two-wheeler market witnessed double-digit growth across all its segments. Motorcycles, the largest subsegment, posted a 16.31% growth, while scooter sales surged by 22% and mopeds recorded a 16.55% year-on-year increase. This widespread growth reflects the rising demand for affordable personal transportation options across urban and rural India as well. And whilst we're talking about expenditure power, big salary hikes may be on the horizon for India Inc. as well. According to the latest salary budget planning report from WTW, Indian employees can expect a median salary increase of 9.5% in 2025, matching the hikes from the last year. Now, this puts India ahead of the pack in the Asia-Pacific region, where other countries like Vietnam, Indonesia and China are seeing more modest raises, not at 9.5%. Industries leading the charge with the above-average hikes include pharmaceuticals at 10%, manufacturing at 9.9%, and of course insurance at 9.7%. But then again, sectors like software and business services, however, are trailing just below the industry median at 9%. Notably, nearly half of Indian companies plan to maintain the same salary increase budgets for 2025 as in 2024, while around 28% are tightening the purse strings just a little bit. And here's where it gets competitive. Organizations are shifting towards performance-based pay. Top performers could see salary bumps up to 3 times that of average workers, while those above average may still receive 1.2 times the standard increment. So if you're a high performer, there could be some serious rewards in store. Moving on, shifting our focus, let's also get you a quick weather update as well. Heavy rain lashed Chennai and other regions of Tamil Nadu on Tuesday, bringing residential neighborhoods and roads under knee-deep water and leading traffic congestions, besides affecting public transports. Life has completely come to a standstill if you're looking at Chennai. The India Met Department issued a red alert for parts of the state, predicting isolated extremely heavy rainfall for the next 24 hours, along with warnings for very heavy rainfall on the 17th and the 18th of October as well. Chennai has received heavy downpours since last night. Bus services were affected in several areas, while Southern Railway announced that 4 trains were cancelled due to waterlogging between Basim Bridge and Vyasarapadi railway stations. At least 8 domestic flights were cancelled, as sufficient number of passengers did not turn up to avail the services. In view of heavy rainfall forecast, barring essential services, the state government has declared October 16th a holiday for schools, colleges and government offices for the coastal districts of Chennai, Tiruvallur, Kanchipuram and Chengalpattu. Schools and colleges closed in 4 districts, and the situation is going to continue and linger on till the 17th and the 18th of this month. Water pumps, infrastructure and preparations were already being done on a war footing ever since the 14th of this month, all in anticipation of the deluge-like rainfall that was awaiting Chennai. But like we mentioned earlier, it's not just Tamil Nadu alone. Next up, we bring you yet another story that highlights Bengaluru's persistent pothole problem. After just a single downpour, the city's pothole menace is back and with full force. Roads across Bengaluru have become dangerous and difficult to navigate, with commuters bearing the brunt of the situation. These are some of the visuals from the Gundi Maya area, where motorcyclists and motorists alike are finding it near impossible to maneuver their vehicles due to the large water-filled potholes. And every time it rains, these deadly potholes emerge, turning what should be a routine drive into a treacherous journey. Despite repeated complaints and promises, there seems to be no end in sight to the apathy. Now, my colleague Sudha Sadanand earlier spoke to our reporter on the ground, Muhammad Wajiullah. Take a look at this particular report. You'll get a complete understanding of what it is like when we say that these routine drives are turning into treacherous journeys.
This is the Bangalore cantonment station where we are, and if I tell my camera man to just lower his camera and show you the road from the board, that will show you the picture of Bengaluru today. These are the potholes that you see right outside the cantonment railway station. Now what we've learned from the people around is that this was dug up 20 to 25 days back to lay a pipe which is right behind me. This particular pipe was removed and a new pipe was laid at this particular place, and after this area was covered up, and then after that it has been like this for the last 20 days. And now because of the rain, it has aggravated the situation even more. As you can see how difficult it is for commuters to maneuver from this particular area. They'll have to get inside potholes. There are people who are riding two-wheelers and it is very difficulty. They are moving around from a place to place, and because of this particular spot, the entire road behind gets damaged. There is one particular police officer who's trying to do as much as he can to make sure that the traffic is not halted at these places, and he's standing at the corner over there at the blue board. But on the other hand, you can see the situation of this road is clearly menacing, and this is how most of the parts of Bengaluru is. Now half of the road is not being utilized because the roads have come off, and I'm just walking around because it's a little dangerous here. I'm walking in this side of the road where they've already covered it. Now see, a bike has tried to come from that side, and how difficult for him it is because he cannot come on this part of the road because it has been covered with slush and mud and water, and this is how the road has been since it is raining. Now do you see these cracks on this road? It clearly gives you that this is wear and tear. This is wear and tear, and all this has happened because of rainfall and how the condition of the road is. So if you do patchwork, this is how the patchwork is going to open up in some days. So now let me just try to move across this place and come on the other side of the road where there are a lot of auto drivers who are sitting there, and let's try to speak to them and see what they have to say, because these are the people who are walking in and out. They're traveling in the city to different parts. We are also trying to move across from one part of this road, and we're trying to give you a clearer picture of how devastated this road is. Let me just stop for a second. Let the traffic pass by. So you can clearly see, Sudha, this is what the people of Bengaluru are paying, despite the fact heavy taxes that they pay, heavy amount of money that they pay to the government in terms of taxes. This is what they get in return from the government.
Well, time for us to slip into a quick commercial break here, but don't go anywhere. On the other side, exclusive ground reports coming from Lebanon and our sports segment as well.
Who am I?
Nobody can crack that mystery.
There is a certain expectation of me.
That's the only contradiction.
Life itself is stranger than fiction.
I was a perfectly normal person born in an abnormal world.
I really didn't understand why is it different.
Just imagine a child who is bullied every day.
Boys school में कुछ लड़का लोग मेरे साथ sexual abuse किए.
मुझे तेरे बारे में सब पता है और मैं तेरा रेप कर लूँगा.
You also start to stigmatize.
अरे ये तो time pass है.
Sex doesn't come in the picture. Sex comes very late. Then there are man-made narratives.
Why do you walk like that? Why do you sway so much? So you can understand the trauma of a person who's trapped in a wrong body.
But nothing can bind life.
We have to reclaim the lost position. We fought for more than 10 years.
Today I'm the mother of the industry.
I'm a first transgender member judge.
You can't walk in everybody's shoes.
This is what I'm comfortable with. They just are what they are.
You become the light yourself.
That is the change that I was looking for. When I recognize myself, it's a small story, but it's an interesting one.
जानना है तो देखिए, समझना है तो सुनिए, सीखना है तो पूछिए और कमाना है तो खरीदिए। जानकारी, सलाह और निवेश सब एक ही सुपर ऐप पर। पैसे का सवाल है तो जवाब है Money9। आजादी पैसे की, अभी डाउनलोड करें।
Welcome back, bringing you a quick round of sports segment news. Lionel Messi led Argentina from the front for a thumping win over Bolivia in the South American World Cup qualifying match. Messi, who missed 2 rounds of the competition in October due to a right ankle injury, played right from the start to the finish in front of raucous fans at the monumental de Nunes Stadium, as a full house chanted his name after he opened the scoring in the 19th minute, classic Messi style. Messi struck a hat-trick and assisted in 2 other goals as Argentina crushed Bolivia for a 6-0 victory during the South American qualifiers for the FIFA 2026 World Cup. Notably, this was Messi's 10th international hat-trick and his first after returning from an injury he sustained at the Copa America in July. Argentina remained leaders of the round-robin competition with 22 points after 10 matches. They are 3 points clear of second-place Colombia, who earlier beat Chile 4-0. Uruguay, another strong competitor and tricky customers, who played a goalless draw with Ecuador, and Brazil come next with 16 points. The Uruguayans are in the 3rd position on goal difference. The top 6 teams in the region will secure automatic berths in the next World Cup. The 7th place team, currently Bolivia, will play in an international playoff for the spot in the tournament in 2026. Messi's first goal came after a mistake by a Bolivian defender who missed a pass and allowed the 37-year-old great to run freely and finish unchallenged in front of goalkeeper Billy Vizcarra. Messi assisted Lautaro Martinez's goal in the 42nd minute and gave a decisive pass once again in injury time for a goal by Julian Alvarez. Argentina appeared to slow down their pace after the break, but scored again with Thiago Almada in the 69th minute. The striker scored from close range after a low cross by Nahuel Molina. Messi's show had two great finishing touches, of course, from the edge of the box, the first in the 84th and the second in the 86th minute. Meanwhile, in another South American World Cup qualifying match, Brazil coach Dorival Junior, a major relief with his team's convincing performance for a 4-0 home win against Peru today after, well, a drubbing of sorts in the first few games. This month's rounds of South American qualifying were important for Brazil coach Dorival